The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Carson-Newman falls to Tusculum 9-4, falling behind 7-0 before getting on the scoreboard. Coach, back-to-back days where you fall in a big hole early. Obviously, that affects how things end up shaking out the rest of the way. But what do you take away from today's contest against a fellow SAC school in a non-conference game?
Love playing Tusculum. Coach Steele, Coach Island, those guys are awesome. Always competitive games, love playing them. They're a good team. They do things the right way, so you know it's a midweek game that's going to be competitive, and you don't have to hear any stuff in the dugouts and stuff like that. So they got a good club. Our thing here really is we had to have a little discussion after the game. It's just the fact of kind of feel like sleepwalking through the game, just kind of there, waiting for your playmaker to make a play versus I'm the playmaker. Like, I'm the playmaker, not that guy. And sometimes you have leaders on his team. Why are they leaders? Because maybe they're good players. And if they're not doing well, it's like, okay, he didn't do it, so now what? Well, wait a minute. Every guy is a playmaker. Every guy is the point guard. And it seems like we're kind of waiting for someone else to do the job. I think Coach Roberts mentioned something as well on our offense. It's like it almost like individuals going up. We're not in that team aspect of stuff, whether it's moving runners, hit and run, pay attention to third baseman. Can we drop a ball down? Little things to be more of a team-oriented type offense versus like just an individual doing their own thing. I think that's a good point. I think we have some guys that are here that aren't, you know, you want guys that hate to lose, that they hate to lose, and it bothers them. Well, there were some things that happened, and it was kind of like water off a duck's back. It's over. I get letting things go if they go wrong, but at some point it's got to bother you a little bit so that you have that competitive fire of that's not acceptable. And we've got to be better at that. And that's why I hope they had a discussion as a team, because I said, hey, is there anything we can do? Let us know. We're good. We're fine. Well, then, okay, don't leave here without having a discussion. Make sure everyone understands what our purpose and what your plans are, because this is your club, your team. What do you accept? What don't you accept? Let them know what wasn't acceptable. Let them know what was acceptable, because the last 2 days between the freebies, 9 again today, 6 walks, 3 hit by pitch, falling behind pitchers, 1-0, 2-0. You cannot compete like that. Hitters with runners in scoring position opportunities, we weren't able to do that. Matt Cahoon said something like, hey, see how they respond today. He's like, it's always important to see how they respond from yesterday. Well, I don't think it was very good. And you would agree. Yeah, we didn't do it. So that's disappointing. And as a coaching staff, we got to figure out what do we have to do to change that mindset and that mentality to compete every pitch, then every inning, and then every 3 innings, and then for the whole course of the game, and having everyone on board on that, and everyone think of themselves as the playmaker, and everyone hold each other accountable on how you're going to compete.
You mentioned the hitting with runners in scoring position. That kind of feels like it's been a bit of the issue. You guys started off great. I think you're 7 of your last 48, though, in those situations. Is there anything as a coaching staff that you could do to be more successful there?
That's a good question. I mean, you're going to try to figure that out. And by the way, you don't push panic buttons. But as I told them, listen, this isn't a marathon. Major League Baseball is a marathon. College baseball is more like a quarter-mile run, okay? It's going to go fast. Every game we play is a kind of a heightened awareness to it. And every pitch matters. And, yeah, I think that the runners in scoring position, you don't want to – it's like free throws. You're missing free throws. You talk about free throws. It's like, hey, the elephant in the room, let's talk about it. Well, all we're asking is just compete in the box, have a good plan when they go in there. Do we have a plan? What is our plan? Is our plan to hit a ground ball? Or am I just up there just trying to hit? Again, it goes back to playing team offense, not just whatever the individual thinks he ought to do. But what's the plan that will fit with what's going on right now? We got to be better at that. And, again, you got certain guys in this lineup that are really good hitters that maybe aren't average-wise doing what they should. And you wonder if the psyche of the team is, oh, no, like, Drew Brees is struggling. We can't pass if Drew can't, throw. Well, no. Now we'll run the football a little more. Okay, we'll run it, right? And now it's like someone else has got to do it. Again, everybody think of themselves as a playmaker. Be the guy who's like, I'm in the box, I'll execute. I'm on the mound, I'll do the best of my version of myself, be able to throw strikes, not try to create any more problems than that. Keep it simple, but compete, compete on every pitch. And don't accept mediocrity, and don't accept something that isn't acceptable with your teammates. You may have to tell them, hey, that ain't good enough. Give us a better effort. You got to throw over to first. Roth has got to sell out right there, Michael. He's got to. I mean, if he doesn't get that ball, we got runs, right? And we got the guy picked off, and he kind of just, then go after it. Go after that ball. That's a mentality at that moment that we failed. We cannot fail in those moments because as a team, talent-wise, I don't care if you're talented or not. That effort's always got to be there.
You want to talk about competing? Well, you get a team that just won the national championship last year. This weekend, you get ready for them. What do you want your team to do in the next 36 to 48 hours to get prepared for the nation's best?
Well, if we have to do something in the next day, like you said, in the next 24 hours, it ain't going to matter this weekend. It's what we've been doing since August, like every club. It's just be the best version of themselves, but it's more of the mentality. It's more of what we're thinking and how we're reacting to any adversity or any success. That's the bottom line. It's just go out there and compete. It's like playing 3-on-3 basketball. You're playing 3-on-3 basketball. Winner stays on the court. Don't get off the court. Stay on there. Do whatever you got to do. Loose ball, get on the floor and get that thing. Just compete and be the best version of yourself, and that's all we can do. If we lose, we all sleep good at night if that's the case. But when we're not doing that, that's where we've got to kind of change this mindset. And that's all we can do. I can't control what Tampa does and what they bring here and all that. All I can do is control our young men and making sure that they are thinking the right thoughts and that they're competing on every pitch. That's all we can control, and that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. I'm going to remind them through text messages. I hope they remind each other. Just a battle, Mike.
Coach, appreciate the time. We'll talk to you on Friday.
Thank you, brother.
He's Carson-Newman coach Tom Griffin. I'm Michael Watching for the Eagle Sports Network.